Alright, hello everybody. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to CAD or design virtually in VEX IQ using your computer. I'm going to show you how to download it and the basics of it. I'm going to note that this is only for Windows for now. Maybe I'll make a Mac version later on. Okay, but to begin, you're going to go to the description and there's a Google Drive link. You're going to click on that link and you're going to download this zip file. Once you download it, it's going to open up something like this. So here you're going to click extract all, and you'll have a pop-up, something like this. You just click extract, whatever, follow on to the next. All right, then it's gonna show up this file here, this folder. You're just gonna open up LDCad VEX, the application one. So it's an exe. It's gonna show up this, just go more info and click run anyway. Now, if you got lucky, you'll have your VEX IQ parts here. So you'll have all the VEX IQ parts there already. Now, if you didn't, which I didn't at first either, you're going to have to add them in manually. So you're going to go to Preferences, LD Draw, and then search for library paths. So here you're going to have donors and official. So you're just going to, what I did was I just deleted donors. And then for official, you're going to go to Browse Files here for this first one. For the top, you're going to go to Browse Files. And then you're going to go to your documents or wherever you have your folder, your extracted folder that you downloaded, and you're going to go to library, and then you're just going to select library. So click select folder. There you go. And now you're going to need to add shadows. This is going to be the little bit more complex part. So you're going to go to browse folder, and instead of just going there, you're going to search up in your search bar percentage app data. From here you're going to have your roaming, which is going to have all your stuff, but here you can just search up LDCad, and then you're going to go to shadow, and then off lib. And here it's going to show, genuinely it's going to show nothing, but there is actually a file here. So you're just going to go to shadow and then select this folder. And now, yeah, whatever. And now here at the end, right, you're going to have to manually type this in. Off lib, right, shadow, all right, dot CSL. Now, when you type that in, you can just click accept for all that stuff and then close your LDCAD, reopen it. And there you go. You have all your VEX IQ pieces. Now let's get started on the actual basics. So to start a new model, just click start a new model. You can name this whatever you want. I'll name this test v something like that, right? It doesn't really matter. Now I'm gonna give you a little tip. To make your life a lot easier while CADing, it's better to actually go to view, right? Editing views. And now here it's gonna say trackball. This rotation control is gonna say trackball. You're gonna click that. So it says spin, and then because of that you'll be able to use your mouse to actually rotate your camera. As you can see down in the bottom here, it's rotating my camera, so that's a lot easier. Now, as the basics of any CAD software, if you want to open a model that you downloaded, just click open. If you want to save your model, just click save, and then the keybinds for those are Control+O and Control+S respectively. Really just the basics. Now, so to actually put in a part, you're gonna just go to your main group over here. And let's say I want some beams, so I'll put in this beam here. So you click and you drag it in, see? Now this UI is gonna pop up with this little arrow thing here. To start off, the front of this arrow, this front face here, is your rotation. See? You can rotate around. And depending on where you're facing your camera, it changes like where you rotate, see? So then the second one on your arrow is the move. So here you can move it side to side, right? And I want to line it up with this beam, maybe put a pin in there afterwards, right? Now, and the third one and the final one is actually the center of axis. So when you click the third one, it's not going to change the icon, but when you move it instead, it's going to change where the center of the object of the grid is corresponding to the object. So now if I move it, but if I go back to the second one and I move it, notice how the center of the actual arrow is lower than the object because I moved it like that. See? I can move it up and then it'll do like that. Now this actually, you probably won't be using that, but if you wanted to know what that was there for, that's it. So most likely you'll be using the first, which is the rotate, or the second, which is just the move. You could also just click on the object and move it manually like this, but if you need like precise movements, then yeah, you can use that. To delete a part, click X, or click the Del button on your keyboard, or you can just select it and click X, right? Moving around, like viewing wise, just hold right click and then move around, see? And that's because if you change your thing to spin, like I said to do, if you just right click and move around, you'll move the camera. To move your actual like view, you can just hold shift and then right click and move your mouse, see? And if you want to kind of move on a center, just select your part and then hold C, and then you can move around it, right? See? And for zooming, just use your scroll wheel. But actually when you zoom, see how it like kind of offsets you? If you want to stay focused on like a part, use the C trick that I showed before. So you hold C and then you can zoom and it'll just kind of keep you locked in on whatever you have selected. All right, so let's say, right, my entire model is these 4 pieces, hypothetically here. Your model will probably be more than 4 pieces, but let's just say it's these 4. Now to select one specific object, you can just click on it and then, you know, do what you want with the object. But let's say I want to select more than one. Let's say I want to select this one and this one. So I'll click on my first one and then I'll hold my control key and then click on the next one, and then it'll have both of them selected and I can move them around and do whatever I want. If you want to select more than that, you could do just hold control, 1, 2, 3, see, like just like that. And let's say, like I said before, let's say this is my entire model and I want to select every single bit, every single one. So I'll click Control and A and it'll automatically select every piece inside my model. To deselect a part, you can just, you know, click Escape, or, you know, you can just click on it again, right? So you can click on it again, or what I do, because it's easier for me because I'm used to it because of other CAD softwares, I just click the Escape key. But let's say you have all the parts selected using Control A and you want to deselect one specific one or 2 specific ones. If you hold Control and then you click on 2 of them or whatever ones you want to deselect, see, look, and I can re-click them to select them, or I can deselect these 2 by just holding Control. Let's say I have my entire model selected and I want to unselect my entire model, just click Control Shift A and it'll automatically unselect everything. Now, so in VEX IQ, right, you're gonna have pieces that are variable, right? So you'll have like a chain or a band, rope, stuff like that, that are, you know, variable and don't have a fixed piece. So to CAD those in, if you go to templates down here, you'll have your chain, you'll have your rubber bands, you'll have rope, you'll have cables, and you'll have motors and some hex bug stuff. Now let's say I want to put a chain in between these 2 sprockets. So I'll go to chain and track template, and then you can pick whether tread or chain or, but I'm gonna pick a chain, and you're gonna pick this closed loop one. When you drag it in, it's gonna say create new MPD submodel, and you're gonna click, and you're gonna just select that one, and then you're gonna click OK. Just ignore that. Now, for the actual changing the lengths of it, you're gonna go to up here. You're gonna hover your mouse over here, and you're gonna click nested. When you click nested, you're gonna have these 2 like new arrows that pop up. Now, if I move this, my chain moves with it. So I'm gonna move this one down here, and look at how my chain is now variable. Now, obviously, this is a little bit rough here. You can edit it to make it more precise if you'd like. But there you go. See, look, that chain is aligned, and I'll go ahead and, I'll go ahead and do the same for the other side. I'll just move it down just a little, right? And then you'll have your chain. So that is how you insert variable chain. You can do the same thing with tread, right? Create new MPD submodel, okay. Here, nested, and then you just drag, and you just drag it out however you want. And then if you want to go back to normal so you can move the chain and stuff, just hover over this again and then click normal. And now I can move the chain as if it was just a regular piece, right? All right, well, that's pretty much the basics of LDCad and how to design or CAD in VEX IQ. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you want like any more guides or tips and stuff on how to do this CAD software, then just like ask in the comments. I'll be looking forward to them, and I'll be like answering any of your questions if you have any. All right, like and subscribe, please. Thank you.